What's up, gamers? We are coming at you with a U.S. Cup game. This is against Team DC. Of course, I'm part of Team Pennsylvania, joined by Justin Nordstrom and Scott Senin, and we're just going to get right into it. So I'm going to accept this, and I'll be doing the card tracking, so I'm going to try to keep an eye on that, and that'll be a little bit distracting, so you guys can concentrate on the theorizing, but I'll try to help as well.
Wow,
Well, my
this
concentration
is
is telling me that this
bad
is a
hand.
terrible start. My vote would
Wow.
be, my vote is Asia.
Okay. I was gonna go CIA on this one. That gives us an opportunity. One, we've got an awful hand to begin with,
Yep.
so we need some kind of ability to get something out of this hand. And I think CIA lets us not get kicked out of Eastern Middle East.
Well,
So like
before you,
CIA and then like one into Afghanistan?
no, I think
Afghanistan or Iraq, depending on how feisty we're feeling.
before you commit to that, if we're going to play CIA, and that's not my vote, then we might want to change our setup. Because we know that if we coup with it, for instance, like if we set up, I don't know, say 4-2-2, we know they can't coup Italy. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But you're thinking of maybe using, or we could do like 4-3-3. You're thinking of maybe using CIA just to place influence?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think my vote would still be get rid of Asia and keep CIA in the game. But Scott, you're the much more proficient, much better player, so I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, like I said before, I'm a bird in the hand guy, and I see a use for CIA. Don't know what's going to happen to it in the future, so it's my play style.
So okay, so what should we do for opening if we're going to do CIA? 4-3-3? I mean, that leaves us. I guess if we see that socialist governments is evented, we could just use CIA to put an influence into Italy.
Why wouldn't we just do 4-4-4-2?
Okay, that's fine with me too.
All right, let's do that.
Well, what do you? Is that? Do you want to go with? What are we thinking? CIA?
Well, I was thinking we would use CIA to take a coup. I mean, just to coup Iraq or something, so that we wouldn't have to put 4 ops into Italy. But I'm fine with that too.
Oh, okay. I think the value of CIA was like just to so we don't get kicked out of the region for a coup. That was my thinking.
Okay, that's fine with me.
All right, let's do 4-4-2.
That's good.
And headline CIA.
Oh boy, I feel
That's
like
not great.
this would be an okay hand to get purged, I suppose, except for blockade.
Right.
Pretty bad as it is.
Vietnam. Okay, so we could coup
Also
Vietnam,
works.
maybe.
Vietnam?
Yeah, and they have Europe, which they've also got 5-year plan.
Right.
All right. I'm sorry. Is somebody card tracking? Do you need me to do that?
I'm doing it, but
Okay.
we could both do it if you want, or if you prefer to take over, that's fine as well. I'm putting in their hand right now.
Yeah, how about we coup Vietnam?
Yeah, I like that as well.
Okay.
Give me a second here because I'm going to plug in their hand as well.
All right. Hands on screen.
So, and De Gaulle. Okay, I'm good.
All right, so we're coupping Vietnam?
Let's do it.
Yep, I like it.
Oh, no.
I'm guessing the delay is awful. I'm still viewing their hand, so it takes me a few seconds to catch up.
We didn't roll especially well on the VRQ, and they still got 1 influence.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yep. 1 more pip would have been perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
So, all right.
And
We know they
then
don't have
they don't have IP
blockade.
war or Korean. Oh, they do have Korean war.
Right.
Hmm.
I had that
And we
same
don't have a
thought.
4-op either, yeah.
Right. But I think we should still take Pakistan. Want to just do Pakistan with
So
special?
before we, I do like that, but before we go too much further, what are we trying to accomplish this turn?
Trying to
We've
get
got
Asia off for
Nasser.
nothing.
I
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, I think that's very unlikely to happen.
So you're
Uh,
thinking we get domed in Asia no matter what?
I mean, I guess it's not, you know, 100%, but it's pretty close to it. I'm thinking like Middle East, Asia, or Europe. They can dump for free.
Yep.
Like we should probably just ignore Europe, but Nasser's worrying me.
Okay.
So we're
So
gonna
like I'm
try
just
to
trying to plan out
hold
our
D-stall
ops.
or just UN it?
I think we need the ops.
Yeah, I think we need to. I think we need the ops too. How many? I mean, we're spacing Suez. Well, actually, we could play Suez.
Yeah.
Um, so if we were to use Suez, maybe we can hold it. But also, it being turn one, I don't really like holding the D cards just because blockade's out there.
Sure. It's
So
So yeah, I feel like probably the best we can do is like Pakistan, maybe one India, and hopefully get to Libya. I don't know if we've enough ops for that.
okay,
Use
and
Suez for
you
ops.
guys are not
Do that.
interested in risking the Korean War? Like, just take South Korea now. If they fail the Korean War,
no.
uh, you know, aiming for Pakistan, see if they fail the coup there, and dropping Asia. Too risky?
Definitely, I would say maybe not now.
Okay.
Like if we take it, they're not even threatened by anything per se. They could just coup us out of the eastern half of the Middle East. Like maybe if we move into Pakistan now.
Yeah. Let's.
Okay, and then we can think about. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
we're
think
fancy
taking
risking.
Pakistan now is the right move. We have to withstand the coup, but let's just do that and see what they do.
Okay, so take
Yeah,
Pakistan with special.
Yeah, that's my vote.
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Scott, as for your point about Nasser, I mean, we've got a 50-50 chance of cooing them out.
Yeah, those that just always works pretty poorly for me in my experience.
Yeah.
At the very least, I would hope we would have at least two in Egypt, just so we're not completely cut
I see.
off. Um, but
It's
I think
so great to
ideally,
play with you because
Serbia.
I always undervalue the Middle East, and we've talked about this, right? This is like
Right.
clear weakness in my gameplay, and I know that you really prioritize it, and that's probably to my detriment.
I don't like to think I prioritize it per se, but I think I give it its due. The other regions.
All right. Well, I think we got a
So
decision to make. If we take India with UND style, I guess they just take South Korea, and they're at 3 to R2. So do we just drop Asia now?
the screen is completely frozen for me. What did they do?
Let's see. They put 2 into South Korea and 1 into Burma, threatening India.
Okay. And they used what? De Gaulle?
Eastern European unrest.
Oh, Eastern
EU.
European. Okay. Hmm. That's a good point. They probably would take it, wouldn't they? And that's just an extra point lost.
I think this is the best we're going to do with that failed coup. Josiah, what do you think?
I just think if we do that, then we give up on India, which means that Japan, USJ, they can't UN USJ, so potentially USJ could help us even up Asia later if we take India.
You want to take India right now? I feel like that's super expensive.
With the war unseen, if we had the war, then yeah, I would totally do that. But with the war unseen,
Well, we know
I
they don't
think
have it.
right, good point. So 50-50, right? But if we do take India, then they take South Korea, and we're kind of back to the same situation.
Yeah, and I was just saying the only consideration then is that USJ can just tie up Asia for like turn 3 potentially.
Yeah, good point.
Right.
But
If we score it though, I don't think I don't think they're going to just take India right
Okay.
away anyway.
All right, then drop
Um,
Asia.
I mean,
Do we want to? I definitely want to get one in India, and I think maybe that should. Do you guys think it should wait? I feel like that makes sense to make it wait because we are going to be down a VP, right? So they're going to take South Korea.
Well, they don't have
yeah,
any mill ops, so they might coup Pakistan. But yeah, if we drop Asia, then they're probably just going to leave Asia alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, so we'll play Asia then.
Let's do it.
Okay, and they don't
Yeah.
have AI war, so I don't think we're taking any huge risk there.
Let me see if I can get this on my phone. I can double stream, so I can actually see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry that the live
It's working.
stream's not working.
It's just my garbage internet. Uh,
But at least we got 1 point out of taking Pakistan there.
Mhm. And good to have, if we get cooed out of Iran, we've got a way back in.
Okay, so can you guys hear me?
Yep.
You sound different, but I can still hear you.
Yeah, I switched to my phone. It wouldn't let me be on both my laptop and my phone, and I'm seeing it live on my phone. So I think it's just what it has to be.
Yep.
Ooh, rough that we got Asia on the turn that they got Vietnam.
Yeah, and the poor coup.
So
Yeah.
if we're UNing D-stall, then I guess we're playing everything. Yeah.
What do we think about space? I usually like to get the first space shot if we could, and this seems like a good time to do it.
I kind of like spacing Fidel since we don't have any influence in France.
I agree.
So if we're gonna space Dell, what do you all think about Suez to
Egypt and
Lebanon?
Lebanon.
Yeah, just in general, like.
I
like
like
that.
Egypt for sure. I also would be okay with Egypt and one into India, like we talked about.
Well, the thing is, I don't like being completely cut off from Lebanon, and also not having any adjacency to any other
Oh, okay.
country. That's why I was
All right.
suggesting that.
You mean if they
'Cause then
coup
I'm-
Egypt? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
'cause we're not going to have anything in Israel, right?
Right. All right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we should have seen that maybe.
Do they have a space card? I can't track anymore because I'm on my phone.
No, they don't have a space card. They have
So
De
it's no
Gaulle,
rock.
Europe, 5-year plan, and Romanian. So assuming they're
so they're really
well, they might
no
not
rush.
need to. They might just hold 5-year plan, unless we take France.
We wouldn't do that with them.
No, I'm just saying like, unless they really want the ops this turn, they could just hold. They could just score Europe and hold 5-year plan for Middle East, hypothetically.
I like, since there's no rush on space, I just like keeping up the pressure. If we were going to do Suez, I would say do that now. That gets us a Dom. Obviously, with the empty threat, but
Like this?
Yeah.
something, yeah. And especially if they try to threaten us with France, like getting this out of our hand is nice.
Okay. Yeah. So Suez into Egypt and Lebanon. I'll commit to this.
Do it.
All right. Millops could also be problematic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe one from Nasser, maybe.
Right. So they'll probably coup Pakistan here, or coup Iran perhaps.
I think
Yeah.
Iran.
I'd be surprised if they couped Egypt.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, let's say that they do score Europe rather than holding it for 5-year plan. Does that change our plans at all?
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
Like if it turns out, like if we see them score Europe in the next few ARs, suggesting that they're going to hold 5-year plan through.
That's good for us if they do that. I think
Okay.
that's good news. because that's 3 fewer ops that they're going to have this turn.
Sure. Right, so they don't have a space card, right? So there's no rush to Space Fidel.
Yeah, Scott, I'm seeing the actually for both Josiah and Scott, I'm seeing the secondary value of CIA in that now we know we can, for instance, like use D-Style whenever we want, and we know that we don't have to rush to space. So the information from their hand, I had undervalued that. So that's
Right. Yeah, hand information's huge.
that's probably making the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, but it also means like at DEF CON 2 or whatever, they don't have to like rush into Zaire from Angola.
Oh wow!
Wow, Egypt too. All
I
right.
guess we don't have to worry about what's going to happen. Let's play Nasser now again.
Yeah, Nasser is fine to give up. This is also a reasonable time to space. Like, cooing doesn't. I don't know what we would accomplish. We should coup and we should use NASA. That's nice. But like, if we're gonna coup, or I'm sorry, if we're gonna space, maybe it makes sense now. Or are you thinking like maybe we have that chance of knocking them out?
Right, like hypothetically, I'm not going to do this, but just like if we were to coup Egypt, it's a 50-50 that we get in.
Right.
Of course, no one's in Israel, so if we roll a 3, then they can enter Israel before we do.
But we're giving them NASA, right? And what
Right. So we would coup with Nasser.
Okay.
You'd event Nasser and then coup, right? And
All
then
right.
there's no
So this,
out.
I mean, on even a 6 isn't
Right.
great. Is it better? Do you think it's better to lower DEF CON, or do you think it's better to coup Laos? Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, coup Laos. Or even Vietnam. Either one is fine.
The problem, I mean, like we're down. That makes Milops a little more challenging for us.
We got 1. We'd have 2 at DEFCON 4.
Yeah,
They have
and if they coup
3.
us back, for example, which they have the advantage, I think
Yeah, they have the
we would,
advantage.
we
And
would
they have
need to
Romanian
coup.
abdication, which is like a good coup card.
Perfect coup card. Yeah.
That's right. Do you feel fine just jockeying, and by that I mean spacing now?
Yeah. Let's do that. I
Okay.
like that. Space Fidel.
All right, here we go. Oh.
There's a better CIA role we could have used.
That would have been better.
So well, let's see. They've got 5-year plan in Romania, so they can't take Libya outright. I guess they could coup Lebanon with Romanian.
They could coup Lebanon, which
Yeah.
which if they roll high would be bad.
But if they just get like 1 in there, we could coup back with Nasser.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a interesting play by them to go for Egypt.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I guess since we didn't have
Yeah.
adjacency, like since we lost Israel, it made more sense.
It definitely makes sense, and you get the other battleground. But yeah, it's always risky, right? To USSR with Nasser out there. I would say risky, but it'd be less value. So what do they have left?
Europe 5-year plan in Romanian, so I suspect we're suspecting Romanian here.
A Romanian coup in Lebanon makes a lot of sense right now.
We could coup back with Nasser.
Right.
Okay,
Oh,
Romanian for influence, just going into Lebanon. So we could coup Lebanon.
Yeah. That seems like a good play.
So what do we? I mean, we could coup Libya with D-Stall.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, what are we hoping to do with these ops? Like,
Get 1 into India, I think was something that was mentioned before.
I like that plan.
But we could do that with Nasser.
Right. I don't hate the idea of leaving DEFCON at 4 for now, playing Nasser into India, and then if they take the turn 6 coup, 5-year plan coup on Iran, we could either coup back or fix Iran with our 3 ops at the end. I like using Nasser now and saving our 3 ops to the end.
Okay, so we coup, and let's say we lower DEFCON. They either coup. They might coup, or I guess they could just take Dom because they get a mill op, right? DEFCON ends at raises to 4 next turn.
Yeah.
Well, my concern with that is that I think that they're going to fill Libya, so it'll be harder to take Libya if we wait.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking. I mean, well, was our question here whether or not we coup with Nasser or whether we coup with D-Stall?
Yeah, my point was I would use Nasser for influence into India, and then on turn 6, we either coup back if they coup us, or we use the 3 ops to fix something that they break. That was my suggestion, but I'm fine with taking the coup now.
Oh, I was thinking. I was thinking, what if we just use Nasser coup on Libya, because we're couing at a disadvantage, right? Because we have no adjacency. It's like it's probably not going to work, and then we have those 3 ops that we can use at the end.
That's fine too.
I mean, the 3 ops.
It's just yeah, I guess we'll have 2 mill ops regardless. So
Yep.
I'm not opposed to D-stall, like a coup D-stall. It's just like we have to coup pretty well, and they have to coup pretty poorly. I'm assuming they would coup back, right? Like if we got anything out of it.
All right.
But this. So what do you think about that?
I'm okay with this. Let's do it.
is this I prefer cooing with D-stall, so it sounds.
Oh, okay. I'm not like I don't I don't necessarily feel very strongly one way or the other. It's just cooing with D-stall is just like riskier, right? We're left with 1 op at the end.
I guess this way we're
So-
getting our required. Assuming they would. Well, here's the thing, right? If we do this, then I guess they would probably still want to lower DEFCON. They'd probably coup. Like if we fail, is it likely that they'll coup Iran just to deny us a
they
coup
will.
next turn?
Yeah,
think they're
and
very
it makes
likely to
their D
do
cards
it.
more effective. If they get decall or whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, so then yeah, there's no chance that we're gonna lose a point on mill ops. So yeah, let's do Nasser then.
Okay.
All right.
This is when Scott says, "I told you so."
Well, I think wouldn't D-stall would have gotten 2 in there.
Yeah, that would have gotten us in.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna say, "I told you so," but
No, I wasn't.
no.
I wasn't-
Josiah, I misspoke. Josiah is gonna say, "I told you."
okay, right.
I told you so.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
you go.
Waiting for it.
So maybe 1 into India and then break Iraq.
I hadn't
I
thought
mean,
of
just
that.
considering
Could be.
that Middle East is the only scoring region remaining.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think they're probably pretty likely to coup that, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna be spending our 3 ops hopefully to fix Iran.
Okay.
Oh
No,
no.
coup.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see the reasoning in that.
All right.
Hmm.
You want 2 into France and 1 into India?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, definitely India because they'll probably coup Pakistan.
Right, depending on the war situation, but this is my vote.
I'm fine with this. I mean,
Yeah,
the
this-
alternative is we could poke Iraq, but we just kind of give up France, right? Because we can stop Dom, but it's really not a great long term. They can stop that pretty easily.
Right, and I think they're going to get Mideast Dom kind of no matter what, right? I mean,
they probably are.
we may want to headline that if we draw it, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah. All right. I'm fine. Yeah. Let's do it. I mean,
Okay,
I
so we
think.
did lose a mill up there. Interesting.
Yeah, they didn't coup.
Ooh, I got some choices. I think this is a defector's hand. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. That's probably best.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
we
a no-brainer. Yeah.
got blockade, and we haven't seen purge, so
I mean, captured Nazi scientists is good, but it's not
yeah,
as good as defectors.
sure. And it's not as time sensitive. We should definitely event that.
Nary a 4-op.
Nope, haven't seen any yet.
So I guess we can blockade Sokovs. And hypothetically, we could. I mean, I hate taking Jordan,
I know
uh,
you do.
but we could take Jordan with AI war if we wanted to threaten getting Saudi Arabia. Okay.
What if we do Libya with AI war? Oh no, sorry, we already had Libya. My bad. Well, Marshall would have been great. Just saying.
I'll try drawing Marshall next time.
Yeah. Try harder next time, Josiah.
So yeah, all of the 4-ops are unseen. They didn't have any last turn, and neither did we. So there's a chance like we could get into Algeria, and then if we can find a second threat, we could go into Tunisia and try to fork them. But we would need a second threat.
Well, there we go. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think we just use CNS here. Or well, actually, decall be out there.
Yeah. Do you want to take Angola?
Angola, Indonesia.
So
Yeah.
I do kind of have an interest in getting one into Algeria, like I was saying. But is
Oh,
what
wait.
second threat? Like for instance, could we?
Actually, now that I think about it, what if we use NORAD to India, one Angola? Because we've seen the war now. And I'd like to take India.
That's true. India's hanging.
Yeah, but we could do it, though, with NORAD.
We could do that, and then we're left with 2 ops for the rest of the hand.
Although, well, wait a minute. Do we even want to take Angola? Because, like, that's just a coup target waiting to happen.
I think I'd rather try to take it than
Okay.
leave it
I
open.
mean,
for
I
them
guess
to-
it protects Iran, I suppose. Yeah, Josiah, I hear what you're saying about Libya, but we are 3 steps away from that country, and they're 1 step away. So I don't know if that's in the cards.
Okay.
What do you think about Algeria?
Yeah, I like
Like,
Algeria. I
Yeah,
like
I
Algeria.
So,
I
so
think
if
I
we're
like.
worried about decall, my thought was either Algeria or Indonesia because I feel like our hand's bad enough that we probably have to leave one open. Or France, even France for that matter. We haven't seen Truman, right? We didn't use that.
Unseen, same as Marshall.
Oh, these hands are rough. I'm fine with that. Yeah, Algeria, like one Angola. Algeria sounds pretty good. And just
Let's see. If
open
we,
prayer. Oh,
yeah, Algeria, Angola seems interesting to me. Are we good with this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
that NASA versus D-Stall coup is gonna haunt me. I'm thinking like, what if?
Well,
I
yeah,
think they'll
because I was
definitely
just
let us
so
coup.
like I really thought that that Milops was like a concern there.
This is so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
This
Okay.
is disastrous. I think we just take Algeria, right? With Cambridge, or do you want to use our 3-up? Yeah, maybe take both with France as well.
Yeah, I'm fine with Algeria, France.
No love for 1 in Tunisia here. They'll just
no,
they'll
because
just take Libya.
Libya,
yeah,
right?
it's kind of an opt to make them do what they want to do already.
Okay. All right. So 2 Algeria, 1 France.
Sure.
What about like we were talking about taking India like before they can get 1 in, so that we don't have to overprotect Pakistan?
I mean, so another option is use NORAD to India, 1 Algeria, and then or 1 France or something, and then we could threaten the Algeria realigns if we moved into Sahara.
I like that. I mean, I like being able to threaten Algeria realigns, but we just need to make sure we have France, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
like what about 2 India, 1 France?
So we do 2 India, 1 France, and then I guess that's really, besides space, that's really all we're trying to do this turn. What else are we trying to accomplish this turn?
I mean, yeah, shore up Europe and take India and burst to space.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. India, and France, like that. That sounds pretty good. If
To
they take
Josiah's earlier point, this makes USJ ties up Asia.
yeah, true.
Yeah, I like just realigning Algeria, and then also that makes it so that we could potentially flip Nigeria. All right, so I'll commit to this.
Do it.
Yeah, that looks good. And if they take Algeria, we can space, and if they space, we can take Algeria. So
Yeah.
we've got things we can do.
And yeah, I mean, I guess we have Jordan, Tunisia in our back pocket, but yeah, battlegrounds, non-battlegrounds, inefficient, sure. Oh, they're spacing,
Sure.
and they hit it.
Hey,
That's unfortunate. All right.
So Cambridge to take Algeria
Yeah.
then?
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And then are we thinking I would like to space Arab Israeli, honestly. I mean, that leaves us with no ops.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but I'm fine with that.
After we event CNS, right?
Yeah.
Right.
More odds.
And I mean that would though leave us with only 1 op. So Europe and France would be pretty
But we've
vulnerable.
seen all the Europe attack cards, but I hear what you're saying. The
So
fact that they
maybe
spaced Formosa is I guess good news. Like they didn't space Marshall or
that's very funny. I didn't even think about that. That they didn't even space a 4 op.
USJ. That means that they the really good US 4-ups are probably still in the deck.
So CNS.
Yep.
Yep.
How do you feel about? I'm starting to, I don't know, change now to think maybe we should use Arab Israeli in Europe. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean I'm fine with that. I don't want to give up 2 points, but there's only a 1 in 3 shot that it hits.
So my thoughts on Europe is that Truman and Marshall are still out there. So if we put like just 1 in UK, for instance, then we can take Europe Dom with Marshall. Or if we put 2 in UK, then we can take Europe Dom with Truman.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Why don't we use blockade now and do that one into the UK that Scott just mentioned?
What do you think, Scott?
One into the UK. I mean, it makes sense. If we get Marshall, it's just it's just such a nothing turn. It's painful, but we have no ops, so it makes like, what can we do?
Would we? Yeah. I mean, we could also. Yeah. We could set up like one into Saharan, but yeah, I think one into UK and then hope for Marshall seems good.
So what were we gonna do with the other two ops with Arab Israeli?
Potentially, well, I think one Saharan I think is a good idea, or we could even crack East Germany, and then if we headline Marshall, well, I don't know, maybe not.
I don't know.
Crack South Korea.
I mean, we could put if we're gonna move in to Saharan, I feel like we could do that now with one op. That at least potentially gives them a threat. Like, oh, we could flip that right now. Maybe they'll overprotect it. We can squeeze an op out of them.
Okay.
If we're going to do that, like anyway.
But I think the advantage of doing it on the last AR is that then if they coup Angola, then we're like more likely to get the flip. If we give them a chance to respond, then flipping Nigeria less likely. But if we do it on the last AR, there's like a real chance that we can flip Nigeria at the beginning of next turn.
Okay, so you don't want to give them the opportunity to overprotect.
Yeah, they might. I mean, they might do it preemptively. I mean, much less likely since we have Algeria.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So one UK. I just hate the setup, and we don't even end the turn with Europe domination. We could do that. We could put everything into Europe.
We could end the turn with Europe Dom if we chose to use AI war in West Germany.
Right. It's so vulnerable, but at the same time, we've got nothing on the board.
Yeah, what else are we gonna do? I think, and then chuck Soch Govs and call it good.
Okay.
I do like the one into Saharan states though. Like, I like that play.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's time sensitive, right? Like, they're not going to just randomly put a point in Nigeria now. I agree with Josiah's point.
Okay,
If
so
we're gonna
I'll put one in the UK, or should we do some? Is there something else we want to do?
Just one in the UK is fine.
All right. All right. Well, there's no red cards left in the deck. All the redraws are either neutral or US.
That's very unfortunate for us. This will have also a more red mid-war. What have their hands been like? I'm just curious. They didn't get any 4-ups either. Have they been?
No, they haven't gotten any 4-ops either. They got decall, which was strong, and
Indo-Pac was good. That was a great duck play. A good access with Vietnam.
Yeah, that was good.
Freeze.
5-year plan for Europe. Although, I mean, that wasn't critical because we never had Europe Dom. Okay, here's the first 4-op of the game. Oh, look at that! They overprotected Nigeria. They read our minds.
Well, it's a small book.
So yeah, I mean, I guess it's very much like depending on the coin flip that we get Marshall. But like I could see cracking North Korea to stop Asia Dom.
I don't hate that.
Or we could just take Europe Dom with AI War. Or we could do something else, but those are the two things that spring to my mind.
Yeah, I like North Korea.
So they also have threatened Pakistan.
Right. I did think about that, but they're going to want a coup.
Yeah, like I definitely don't like overprotecting right now because we're already losing in Asia. But I'm just thinking if we fight hard for one of the Koreas, just take it anyway. Yeah, I'm good with I guess I'm good with the North Korea poke. Honestly, it stops a dom. Maybe we can sneak something out.
We headed his own game.
I think that we're like behind enough that we need to take some chances.
I agree.
So
Yeah. Here we go. Here's a chance on this die roll.
okay. Ah, they got it.
Oh,
Absolutely brutal.
Well, we did get Marshall.
yep. I think that's the
All
headline.
right.
Try to hold containment if
Oh,
we can.
I was gonna say duck. We get those 3 VP because we are now. That's a free NATO for them. We could make them hurt.
Right, but they also would flip India then, I'm guessing.
Flip Pakistan, yeah.
Pakistan, yeah.
So they have
Yeah.
Purge, um,
Oh, I have Purge.
Purge, NATO, Truman, and USJ.
Unless we want to headline containment, but that's crappy.
I mean, we're probably getting purged. We're not getting domed in Asia, right?
Yeah.
Seems like.
So this is not an awful hand to get purged because we're gonna be besides
Huge
default,
going hard. Yeah.
we're gonna event Marshall, and they have Truman, right? So I don't know if that means they'd be aggressive.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm liking the duck headline here. I see Scott's point. We get 3 points.
The thing to consider is, do you think that they would mess with us in Europe since they hold Truman? Because they could bully us in
West Germany.
West Germany, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like I'm thinking the duck is like we need to play a little aggressively. We got
Okay.
some VP here.
Yeah, and I mean
We're
that
already
saves
giving
us
our
from that holds on to Angola for a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's probably the choice here.
Let's do duck. I like it.
Here it
Yeah,
is.
there's the purge. So yeah, if they so if they flip Pakistan, we don't really have the ops to fight in North Korea. But if they just repair North Korea, do we want to overprotect Pakistan?
They're going to play NATO here for sure. It just depends on where they place those remaining free ops. What we want to do.
Okay.
Maybe they've got D-stall. Maybe that'd be something else that they might play first. I don't know, but NATO is likely. So yeah, this will be a purge that they get what 2 ops out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
2.
right.
In Cambridge.
1. Containment Cambridge 2. So you're right. That's not that bad.
So we'll want to take Mexico, I assume, if we can. Is that more important than overprotecting Angola?
I don't. Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Like, assuming that we're able to event Marshall here.
I mean, I guess I kind of do think so, only because I'd like a second point in Angola because of Portuguese in South Africa.
Okay. So, like, hoping that they just, like, repair North Korea here and don't, like, I guess we're just really hoping they don't dump ops into West Germany.
But that's
Yeah.
exactly
But
what I would do.
they also know we have Marshall. But
They know we
again,
have
they also
Marshall, yeah.
maybe they want us to fill it. What I'm hoping happens because they don't know we have Europe or Middle East. Correct? Those all came out.
Correct.
Yep.
So what I'm hoping is that we use Marshall, they play Truman to get it out of their hands, and then we can score Europe.
And then that leaves us with 4 ops. So that's like 2 Mexico, 1 Angola, and yeah, potentially like 1 Pakistan. They do have USJ, but maybe they'll just space it.
Yeah. Or they'll flip. Yeah, maybe they'll flip. I feel like overprotecting the early battlegrounds anyway, early war. Just like I just don't know if we have the ops for that. I mean, all things considered, with this being pretty brutal for the U.S., I feel like we've played it pretty well. All things considered.
Yeah, we've got Lebanon, got Angola. We have potential, like, depending on what they do with USJ, and if we're able to, or if they don't want to play the China card, we have potential to tie up the Middle East here. Okay, here's NATO. Okay,
All right, dump immediately.
dump immediately.
Or we still event like, well, they can't take it, so we could event Marshall if that's something we still want to do, or we might just also want to use it for ops. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean they're holding Truman, so unless they're just going to keep holding it for the rest of the game, we could play around
And
with them for a little bit.
if we dump it, I'm assuming what is their known cards?
Just Truman and USJ.
I'm assuming they've
I
got a
think we'll
pretty
drop
good
it now.
hand. Yeah, I like dropping it, and that makes them fill it by the end of this turn, so they're also playing 4 extra ops just to take it in a scored region, so that's fine with me.
Right.
Okay,
Yep.
dump Europe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, maybe Marshall headline. I don't know.
I mean,
Then we'd be losing 2 points on Milops. They'd have Angola. We'd be
Exactly.
we'd only be
basically
2 points up.
it's the same 5 points, right?
5 versus
Because
3, and then the 2 versus Milops is kind of a wash. Yeah.
that's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah. And now we have 3 extra ops to play with. Oh, Asia.
Oh,
this game could be over very soon.
and I think we have to play Mideast right now.
They
Right?
could,
We don't want
yeah,
to
they could potentially get another. They
fucking
could
get any
bully
better
us in
for it.
Iran.
Give me some more points, Josiah.
Well, the alternative would be to protect Angola right now because that's pretty susceptible
Right.
to them.
Angola and Mexico. I'm fine with that.
So how do you feel about a containment like 1 Mexico, one Angola?
Yeah, that's fine.
Seems
And then drop
fine.
Mideast. Yep.
And then hope that they don't do anything in the Middle East.
So Mideast is going to be 4, right? And we have no way to respond if they space. So that's another unfortunate thing.
Right. So, well, since HO scored, they could give USJ.
Yep. But
yeah,
they
I
have
think they
nowhere,
probably are going to give USJ.
unless they redrew D-style, there's no real point to that.
Well, since
Yeah,
we have these
they
extra
probably,
ops, we can get into Guatemala at the end of the turn.
Sure.
we could take South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah. They're probably going to want to spread in the Middle East. Oh, no, they got that anyway.
Oh, goodness gracious. And so that explains why they would, oh, yeah, that's kind of aggressive, but not a lot we can do. Do you want to take Mexico, or do you want to do the realign?
Yeah, I think maybe we just realign Mexico next turn. Or we could try realigns right now. We could go for like realign Chile.
We got Mexico at +1 and Chile at 0 at -1. So
I feel like
I don't.
What were you saying, Justin?
I would say I don't hate Marshall realigns right now.
Oh, I just don't like leaving Mexico open.
Do you want to put 2 in Mexico and then 1 into South Africa, Scott?
Oh, 2 in Mexico, 1 in South Africa. Well, do we want to be annoying and put one into West Germany because we know they have Truman and they have USJ. They could take it in one go. This makes them invest
But aren't they
more.
going to want to? Wait, no, but aren't they going to want to use USJ to fill up South America? That's probably why they scored Asia.
That's true. They would want to do that too. Do you think they're just going to give us West Germany, or they're going to keep holding on? Like, I feel like West Germany is still pretty important
Oh,
long
totally. It's a
term,
victory
and
condition.
they have Truman, so we can make that a little more painful.
Okay,
What do you think?
I'm okay with that.
One
I mean,
one West
one of
Germany,
the
two Mexico, or
yeah,
Yeah,
one of the
one West
ways
Germany.
we're going to win this is to, have some sort of like late war Europe Dom situation. So I like that.
Or we could be at that point that we just
Yeah, why
well, we
not?
we we evented CIA, so
Yeah,
DEF CON's a lot harder.
yeah,
True.
you're right about that.
All
All
right.
right, commit. So that'll be at 15 with South America.
And if they have Arab Israeli or Indo-Pac, then
That's 2 more points.
potentially
I think they would have
4.
played IP War. Oh gosh. Well,
All right, let's score it.
yep. Score. Give him some more points. Yeah. Oh, they had Korea.
Didn't consider that one.
Is the
17.
17.
Okay, so Cambridge
Uh,
into South America,
Sure.
or is Angola better?
Oh, Angola probably is better.
You're saying to put it up to 3?
Yeah.
That way, if we get grain sales, and they get Portuguese, for instance.
Sure. Yeah. Fine.
And then our plan is to go one into Guatemala with Romanian.
I'm okay with that. I'm guessing this is going to be Japan.
Okay.
All right, Guatemala.
Yep. Let's do Romania into Guatemala.
I think really,
So they helped Truman.
besides them obviously not getting any scoring.
Well,
All right. Defector
Junta looks good.
Junta is good.
Yeah, I like Junta here, and then we could nuke subs later.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and we've got colonials.
Mhm.
That's nice.
All right, so we're all in agreement about Junta headline.
Let's do it.
Yep.
And they still have Truman.
Are we thinking
Yep.
Venezuela or Argentina? So Argentina's a little safer. Venezuela's a little
Venezuela
juicier.
gets, OPEC is a concern because they'll win anyway, no matter what. So, yeah, I think I
I'm
like
fine
that.
going Venezuela. It is juicier, and we're so far behind. We gotta swing for the fences.
Yes, they have to do something, right?
So, yeah, hopefully solid roll.
Mm-hmm.
We can event nuke subs quickly. Colonial coup, colonial rear guards. And they have 0 VP making.
Oh.
Not a great start.
Well, no. So what do you do if you're them? Do you take a coup? I guess it depends what's in their hand, but do you take a coup or do you just protect
South America, yeah.
South
I think I would
America?
coup Angola if I were them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like an Angola coup.
So Venezuela, it sounded like.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, is
All
there
right.
a point to taking the coup here now that we don't have any one stabs left?
We define. Well, we don't want them to coup Mexico or
Yeah,
Iran.
we don't want them to coup in general. We want to try and get the
Yeah.
battleground.
Yeah, I think
Now,
we take.
I have a crazy suggestion.
Oh,
Are we
I'm all
so
ears.
far behind that
Coup
we?
Brazil?
No, I was gonna say coup
Panama.
Panama, because we have 0 VP making point opportunities on the board. Potentially, we could get control.
Well, Josiah knows I love me some Central American control, so
Right.
I agree. Let's back off in
So
Venezuela
They'll
and
get
go
Venezuela,
all
but
in.
like we can just ask not South America and then try to get
yeah,
central
like
control.
that's the thing. Is like I don't know
Right.
what our long term solution is for South America.
Well, put it this way: if they get Dom in, even if we take Venezuela, they can easily get Dom in South America, and that's a game-winning condition for them.
Okay, so we'll coup Panama. I'm fine with that.
Put the points in
Okay,
Panama. Put the points in
and
Panama.
this also put
Put
the
the
points in
points into
Panama.
Panama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You were thinking do that and then coup. That's really swinging for the fences at this point. Why not? I was just saying, try our hardest so we can knock them completely out of Central America.
Yeah, I would say let's put the points in Panama, coup Panama, and then take Cuba.
Were you Josiah? What are you thinking of as far as like, do you want to do coup a different battleground like
Well,
in
I was
Venezuela?
thinking that
Coup
if
Panama?
we go Venezuela and then we roll like a 6 in Panama, then that they'll have to repair Venezuela. They won't be able to take South Africa outright.
Okay.
Obviously,
Yeah,
like
good.
depends on a 6, but
You're absolutely right. They're up 17 now, so I could be persuaded into absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it.
because like yeah, I feel like yeah, I mean and then also the other thing about this is that even if we knock them out, then PCR can save us later or OAS or something like that. So I kind of like.
Do it.
All right, you guys good with this?
Do it.
Yep.
Ah,
Wouldn't have
shoot.
mattered. Let's see. So OPEC, Southeast Asia, lots of things win them the game.
So I would say we're gonna have to. Let's see. If we UN decall and space Fidel, give Brezhnev on the last AR.
We still doing nuke subs? That's still the
I would
plan?
like to do nuke subs. It's just I guess we just have to like risk one small step. Like, do we? Because like
Yeah.
potentially we could, if we space and we space successfully, then we could space decall to get some extra points.
Mhm.
And then by UNing something else, we get an extra op that way.
If I can take Africa Dom, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Nuclear?
Well, they don't want to give us
Subs?
mill ops, so they have mill ops and we don't.
Right. That's true. Subs?
But now that's another reason for subs. Yeah, do subs.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got a 4. We'll probably see it so they can take Dom.
Right. I guess if I were them, it would be like Cameroon, Zimbabwe.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I mean maybe we have to risk one small step and try to get to man into space.
Yeah, that's true. So, are you thinking hold on to UN potentially if we would have space twice?
Yeah. Or yeah, holding on to it could be good. If they go Cameroon, Zimbabwe, we could just event CRG.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need a good ask not.
We're gonna need to get everything.
That's true.
Currently 0 points on the board. I think we have to either completely flip Africa or get a good scoring off in Central by flipping that. Space. All right. I think we space in return.
Okay.
So space Fidel, so that they don't.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Fuck that.
Oh no,
This game is really just sticking.
this is a tough
to us.
one. Well, yeah, they'll fail here, right? Fail spacing grain or whatever.
Definitely. Well, they would have gone grain first, I'm thinking. So at least they're gonna have to space something that's not very important.
So, what are we thinking of cooing first?
If they take Cameroon, Zimbabwe, I would think Nigeria
Zaire?
probably. It's the hardest thing for them to realign. If we go Angola, I guess we could go Angola, and then they fill up South Africa, and then we could go for Zaire,
Right. I like that.
and then that puts pressure on Botswana.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe Angola is the right call. And I would be in favor of opening with Comic-Con, because out of all of these, Angola is the one where we need to get a big, as many ops as possible.
Right. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Sounds good.
And then maybe CRG for like our last AR.
All right.
Okay.
So we let that go. I'm ready for the coup.
Yeah, so Comic-Con coup of Angola.
Let's do it.
All right, that's what we were hoping for.
Oh. There we go. And not a space roll either.
Nixon. Olympics. I got that. Okay. So since Independent Reds is already out, I'll go with Romania.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then seems like Defector's coup of Zaire.
Oh, yeah, Zaire. Zaire.
Okay. CRG
Cool.
will be useful now, extra useful.
Yeah. Are we thinking? Do we coup Nigeria next, and then CRG, and then Brezhnev?
Depends if they enter Cameroon or not. If they don't enter Cameroon, I would just go right into Nigeria, yeah, or coup Nigeria with UN decall. But I think they would enter Cameroon and possibly Saharan just to make the coup of Nigeria harder. They're probably dropping Truman now. Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
All right, CRG it is. How do you feel about Southeast Asia for the last op?
Yeah, they have the China card, so Thailand doesn't seem amazing.
No, I was thinking Indonesia or Laos.
I like Lao for brush war
Yeah.
potential.
Yeah, and access to
Mostly
Thailand
just
if you ever need it. Yeah, no, I dig it.
Okay. Okay, here's NORAD to space. They hit.
Ah, surprise. All right, let's coup.
Yikes.
Oh. Right.
Mm.
I do think we should take our last coup on Venezuela.
Or we double down on on Panama.
Oh, okay, sure. I mean,
The
the likelihood
thinking
that
with
they can't
Venezuela?
get 1 point is pretty low, but
We could
still,
also
it's
just
something.
take Cuba.
Interesting point.
Yeah, I mean we could take Cuba next turn too.
Yeah, they don't.
We can only coup now.
I feel like we need to like just assume that we're going to ask not
Yeah.
South America.
What are they going to get rid of here? Chile? Yeah, Romania, I guess.
I like cooing Nigeria again just because
Oh, okay.
they're probably going to get the coup, right? So that this ensures in Africa.
I mean, at 19, they're going to have a point in the headline that we can't respond to.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You're
does it
right.
really
If they have a point, we just lose. But
Yeah, I think it's pretty
they
likely.
don't. If we could get a domination in Africa, or
So
we could coup in Panama.
the thing
Whatever.
about cooing Panama is I like cooing Panama. I think because assuming we get grain, Nigeria is easier, like more likely to hit
Right.
Nigeria than it is to like a grain coup of Panama isn't necessarily going to be as effective as a Brezhnev coup of Panama.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
There we go.
Come on, grain. And central. Oh, there's grain.
Great. I think that should be the headline.
Yep. I think we just have to hope that they don't have U2. They don't
We will
have
bury you, OPEC, U2.
Yep. Oh, we will bury you. Yeah. They have options.
Yeah.
They have their options.
Missile envy.
Don't worry, if they have a VP score, if they have a 2-op VP score, we'll draw central from their hand and we'll just score it.
Well, there you go. I like your optimism. We've seen defectors, so they know if they've got something that's worth a point, then
Mm-hmm.
you know. The fact that they're waiting a while is nice.
Mm.
I haven't been paying attention. Are we pretty poor on time? Can't really see on my phone the time that
Yeah, we're also struggling on time. So,
Well, I mean, we have enough time to finish. We're behind on time, but I don't think that we're like low on time as far as just finishing the game.
Yeah, there it is. All right.
All right.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for hosting, Josiah.
Sure thing.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
Catch you guys later.
Any notes on the game? I guess not.
Well, yeah. What do you? I off the top of my head, I'm not really sure what we could have done differently with this game. Again, the thing that's sticking in my mind is that coup, the D-stall coup.
But I mean, it would not have changed the outcome of the game, honestly.
No, I guess the other thing we
Well,
could
we
have done is we
scored
could have
Middle
risked the.
That
We
would
could have
been
tried to
been
draw
big.
Asia, but it would have required tons of luck.
An ops that we didn't have. But theoretically, if we could and we got that 4, we take it, and they only roll a 1 or a 2 on their next roll.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
then
take
also they miss their
maybe-
next coup.
Right? Yeah. No, it would require a
Then-
miracle. Yeah, and assuming if they do hit the Korean War, then we're just like wasting tons of ops. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone.
right.
We'll probably
Bye, everyone.
play our remaining games in the group stage just because it'll affect other people's tiebreakers, but we are out of the running for the playoffs. All right.
Bye,
Have a
everybody.
good day and a
Yep,
great
thank
rest
you.
of your weekend. Bye bye.